this be another knot to tie around my bed at night? I know I've lost the fight to erase your face, my mind. Awake, I lie here staring up beyond the sky.
Good morning, or whatever it is wherever you are. Actually, I probably want to look at the changes for this. Because I've been going back and forth about whether I wanted to include kill targeting or near kills. And Jason helpfully added that to the base version, and they're doing so part of the code to do it. We're probably going to want to make changes in where we've got things to trigger it. Not checkout. And then do a little stash move to get that over to, well, actually it doesn't. Isn't there a way? Only update the current patch files. Oh, don't add new files. Okay, specify it should be index, not work tree. Sometimes it rejects that out of hand. Yeah, you can specify an alternate patch. So in theory, I can develop it and then go refresh something else. Anyway. Gonna want to do cleanup because it always does with STG going. I'll start with this and then retarget it. Although actually this isn't too bad. So then we go down to in between here and here. This is all server, 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 server. Okay, in hand. Allow missing by 4 tiles. So this is a little bug. I touch type poorly. You'll see me backspacing a lot. Yeah, I was never good in the typing classes until I started programming and actually had some kind of a motivation to type somewhat more efficiently. Of course, programming tends to deal with lots of the special characters that aren't necessarily part of type touching per se. Vim is entirely a personal preference thing. At some point I learned it because I did some sysadmin stuff back at college and had to learn a bit of it. Because like Vim, like VI really might be the only thing you could have in a real emergency recovery situation. And at some point, I just got tired of editor of the year, constantly trying out different things, and decided to just stick with that. Since there was some programmer culture around that, and I've never really learned how to use it properly. I did a lot of Vim Golf. If you're interested in it, there was a site called Vim Golf. Yeah, exactly. I did a lot of that for a while. But that really only teaches you very, very small pieces. It tends to be very, very small challenges with lots of small movements, and you get into some things that are... I mean, you learn some nice tricks. Because what it is, you put it, you figure out how to solve it. It shows you your entry and a couple of entries around it. I don't know if I'm going to show you anything here. Not that these are all super practical. Okay, so they'll show you they'll show you the worst entry if you haven't submitted anything. So yeah, if you really want to get better at some of the smaller movements, particularly, that's there. Like I said, it's not always day-to-day practical stuff. But if you want to practice Vim, that's because it'll as you submit things, and at worst you can just copy paste this and submit it, and then you'll see 1 or 2 entries above it, and then you can get some ideas from that and try to move forward. A couple of times I was able to actually improve on the best solution, and then half the time someone would then come along and improve on that. But otherwise, I mean, just even moving up through most of the way, you'll learn a fair bit. Okay, HHKB isn't a term I know. Let's see. So this is going to be, well, this is base game, but it's pointer down. Oh, I actually had a merge conflict here. And it was just because I was going around. Yeah, that's actually your initial check for pointer hit. I initially. Actually, that was in the screen lock patch. All right, pointer down. Yeah. So this is, let's see, how much of this do we want? I might actually want to compare here. Yeah. So right now, we did the immediacy of it. Is this? No, this is all setup stuff. Wait. Well, no, because it's probably not going to be a right click if it's... okay, there's the mouse already down check. If it's deadly and it's shift and no one is around, which orange, you didn't hit. Target ID. Was I am not checking for person hit there. Or rather, I'm not calling it if I didn't hit anybody. I was just sending it with a unknown target ID. Ooh, this. Click pause. That's a screen coordinate. Well, screen space-ish. No, that is world space, apparently. So clicks are in grid space. Left mouse X, left mouse Y. So I thought at times. Is this doing what we think it's doing? Oh, no, he's translating the tile coordinates to the pixel coordinates instead of the screen coordinates the other way around. And then doing distance with the additional of center of body. I would probably want to go the other way because I'm really tend to be focusing on, well, on one hand, you do get the targeted player, so you're pointing at the player. On the other hand, I'm usually based on tile commands. And this actually gets me a little bit closer to tile commands. Okay, kill mode with ID. Got that. And this is saying update that. So this actually, this is just general personal targeting. So this might actually want to go into, shoot, what do I call it? Check for person hit, and just always, for like anything, I want to say, well, this checks for a actual hit, which if you want to allow micro-targeting, you actually kind of do want to do that to make sure you can pull people out of a stack. Oop. What'd I call it? Check for person hit. Guess I messed up my case somewhere. Use on other, kill. That's really it. I guess baby. No, I put that all under the other key. Pick up baby at, use another at. Well, those commands the server will interpret somewhat liberally. But this would still say we wanted to, well, it might not be the right thing, but it's going to be the closest to where we hit. Closest person for them to hit. Okay, so this is all kill mode stuff. This is just person detection. So I don't know if we have any of these other conditions, because this is going to immediately return if it finds someone. And I don't like seeing all the white space in the diffs. This does a close distance. Right, doesn't mean if that doesn't match, it's not going to be any distance. Don't consider ourselves as a kill target. Well, that's probably good. I don't think any of the things I would use this for care about our person at all. Okay, so we get our current position. I would rather not do this, which means I need no, this is assisting screen to world in X. Okay, so click dest is the tile coordinate we hit. Which group are we in? Here. So that's OX, OY. Click pause. We're going to call click dest X and click dest Y. And really that could be grid pair, but we're doing a distance to it. This might change close distance. Oh, that's just the closest. So that's fine. But he was multiplying by cell D. And this is just going to be... No, this is the loop. And I think... Wait. Oh. Somehow I got into the wrong block. Or I overcopied by accident. Okay, check for person hit. Well, or maybe it got confused by too many brackets. But yeah, we shouldn't have had any of that code. So I should probably fix that up before I get myself confused again. Okay, I still think we're going to check for person hit. So click pause is going to be click dest X and click dest Y. That's fine, that's fine. Got a current position. I'm pretty much thinking more tile oriented. Do that. That should be the end of the loop. And we just want to return also is 0 a valid, or should this be a -1? Yeah, I think it might be checking for greater than 1. Target ID, not checking it directly. That would be like pick up baby at... I am using greater than 0, so... But he definitely seems to use -1 as the not found. Whoa. Into double. Ah. Yeah, I sort of remember when we did click dest. That's a double. These are technically ints. Is that greater one of them? But I don't know that I have distance on grid pause. And you could actually be fractional. Yeah, because we're going to be aiming at a tile, not a person most of the time. Then we're simply adjusting their body. Okay, so in theory, that adds the same semantics. Probably touching a header file. Let's make everything recompile. All right. Settings is actually going to be pretty close. You're done. Oh, you know what? I turned off auto login because I was doing testing tutorial stuff. Oh. Oh, I guess I changed it before it got in. Okay. All right. So easiest thing to do here was go up to snowballs. Did I miss it? There we go. Email. This is, okay, that's player 1. So we go player 2. All right. Oh, actually, and this should actually work. Maybe I need to be changing my tile. So this might be, I might need to actually update my tile for person commands. Because this is like missed by 4. Yeah. So I'm probably so that was at negative 2619. The player is at negative 2719. The kill command was at negative 2519 and was accepted by the server. So if I do that kind of, well, I mean, that's still going to communicate an intent to pick up a player near there. But that just generally requires more precise targeting on the server side. Well, generally only the people you need to kill are going to be running around. And that should be, oh, actually, am I on a pickup? So this is definitely baby 5. Yep, that's 5. So I would need to actually update my coordinate if I selected a player in order to get the benefit of that. Now, I've mostly been focusing on tile-oriented commands, so that would still be a tile-oriented command. Well, these are all people things, so should I do that search for the nearest player and then update my tile coordinates, which involves, you know, doing Passing in pointers or references, having that updated and passed back. Or having some sort of person hit record to have that information. Or I could take a cell hit record and still keep a separate function for person hit, so we didn't do all the extra work if it wasn't a relevant command. At which point we're practically back at the game's original pointer hit record, but oh well. Being able to reuse and augment that record would actually save me some of that redoing some of the coordinate conversion. Although that might be happening. Alright, well this is already improvement for kill. So in theory, we can do interaction refactoring. And then if we show the current patch, we should not see those changes in there. Should all be keybind stuff. And I was trying to do some of the flip debugging. Yeah. So that's a neat trick. I can operate where I've got the hooks to use it. Should we reset our... If we select a person, should we reset our tile to that person's tile? So that is currently used. Check for cell hit, check for person hit. Check for cell hit is taking it's doing all my coordinate conversion. Although that would then invalidate dest ID, floor ID. Well, now wait a minute. Do we ever, is there any command that operates on both the world and on a person? So the only thing we're getting out of that cell hit record is the coordinate. Examine doesn't do people. So it almost should be, well, either well, if I have a target ID, if it's a target ID, can I easily get back to a live object without searching? I could have it return a live object. Then I would just say, wait me would I even say pick up baby at? Well, you well, I guess that the person hit would then return the cell you clicked, similar to cell hit. Because you would have to handle the case where you didn't hit a person. Maybe we still want to communicate in some kind of intent there. And I appear to have had to do that in the header file. Cell X, cell Y. And then he just has pointer hit record, which kind of does that stuff and a bunch of other things. Yeah, so he's got closest cell. So I could add a target ID to that and call a different function because we're really targeting different things. Or I could have a different record to really, I guess I'd end up kind of better type check things. So we do have the context we're attempting a player command versus a tile command. And we have anything else with there? We have check for cell hit. Check for person hit, which is going to have to do multiple things now. Oh, that's why it had to be in the header file because of this declaration. Check for person hit. So we picked cell hit as the Laurent, which is this. Wait, what did I do different here? Okay, so world mouse, world Y. For person hit. Right, because I was copying some other code. We've got screen to world. And I just named them differently. Probably because I was copying some code. I could have searched and replaced that, but Click dust. Oh, the click extra. How much do we use click dust here? Maybe I should keep that the same. Oh, I was relying on early return earlier. I could still sort of do that. In record. Target ID equals -1. Then, where we would have returned in record target ID equals OID. And actually, well, these are ints. The target position is going to have to be all the Laurent stuff. Or no, because that is divided by, but it's still going to have to be an integer version of, current pause. Oh, wait, did we actually calculate if round OX equals X? And that was the only return from here, actually. And then closest person. Now this, well, we have an object. We don't necessarily remember what the X and Y we were using was. I'm probably just going to have to call this current pause, because when these conditions are true, then this is going to be their apparent position we're using. And if those are not true, they should be identical. However, so when converting from cells, he uses that. For the check above, he used round. And neither of them are necessarily going to be the same as this. I guess we'll see how it works for picking up kids. Oh, no, I don't even have an object here. Well, we know what close person ID is. and that's going to get reset at the same time, at which point we have OX and OY, which are still floating point. So that will only get, yeah, these will only get reset if we found something. The one thing we might want to do is say we aren't going to count it as a hit if it was too far out. At which point we wait, if close distance and same difference. Oops, wrong close distance. Oops, where am I? Check for person hit. Oh, I didn't delete this when I came back here. Okay, so it would have definitely been less than times CELD. And then this is just... Wait. No, I'm back in pointer down. Okay, check for person hit. Oh, that means I changed the other one. I guess this is the problem with copying code. Pointer down. Pointer down. Check for person hit. Let's just call this 4. And we're not going to set any of these variables, if that's the case. I don't actually need a return statement here. But I type out something in the header file, or vice versa. Person hit record. No, I just wanted to highlight you. Person hit record. Non-pointer type. Oh, was I going back to pointer format in one of my places? 19113 is what I can see. Yep. What was that? 2 sub dot? And we're back to no matching call again. Oh, because all of the places where I call this. Check for person hit. So here, we need a person hit record. And actually, that's going to replace target ID. So in these cases, this actually becomes check for person hit P. We can do P. 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 Okay. Okay. New character. They're both dead. Did I leave? Email open. I guess when switching characters, I could turn off auto login and just do it there. Where are the... Okay, I might be doing very bad coordinates here. All right, so if we do a one-off, negative 2718. Negative 1218. We get a force. Negative 2818.7. Drop. Negative 2818. Wait, there's a force message? Oh, it's acting a forced movement. What? All right, let's clear. So if I try got client message, move negative 2718. And then there's a very weird path. What do we see? I'm going to stand up right now. Jason added the ability to kill target by near. And I got that basically working, but I noticed that I put it in at the general player detection level, which is actually slightly different. And now when I do a baby pickup at a nearby tile, I run a couple screens over. So I'm a little bit confused about that. New placement. So this is like milkweed cycling and stuff. Player update. I don't know. Does it have my sends? Sending message to server. move negative 2718, which I'm pretty sure is where we were. But what is that message? No, it's server protocol sequence number delta 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 delta. So we're computing a very weird path to an adjacent tile. The weird thing is that it says negative 2718. And that was it. Move is done at negative 2718. Move with a very long 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 15. Done at negative 12, 8, 17. So something's very, very weird right now. So if I do pick up baby at... Oh, maybe I'm getting the wrong player coordinate. No, because it's sending the move to coordinates. Oh, wait. Is that that they think they're currently at? Oh, I wonder if I'm sending my move commands? I'm not sending direct move commands, though, am I? Actually, no, I pretty much copied the code from the game. Move near to... or self-cell. Old path exists. There's actually a fair bit here. But this probably compute path to dest. There's got to be a move to in here, right? Close as possible. That's a move to, which should ultimately send move to doesn't send the move message? Okay, but didn't have the space in it. Send X, send Y. Path to dest 0. Oh, because that is our current position. So negative 27, because a move is a start. So that means that our redirection to the player cell is borked up. Because I'm seeing the start coordinate, not the end coordinate. So I want to be looking at check for player person hit and figure out why the heck or there's really only one person available in our current setup. And we actually kind of know what's going to go on here. But it's still very, very wrong. So those are floating point that get turned into an integer. Oh. Was I doing send x, send y, and check for cell hit? No, just world mouse. That might explain it, except why would it have been fine before I did the translation? Okay. This is all going to be the same. So we're grabbing that data. And that's what we're passing down as our target location. Okay, so our baby died. And we have to restart these anyway. Oh, and now we have the multiple instances standout issue. I'm not sure how that worked. They both append to 1. Oh, we're still a baby of that player. Which actually means that my standout log might be... Well, actually, we don't really need you. I need to know where you are, though. Okay, yeah, it still worked. I can directly pick up. All right. There's my snowbank. Now, is my standout useful? There's a drop message. Maybe they're both pending the same thing. Okay. They were both pending. Move. The big long path. Now where is 8 at negative 2920? What? Round is apparently not doing what I think it's doing. Maybe that rounds a floating point to a floating point, but that's still bizarro. Stand. No, these... Yeah, okay. So this is... I guess Laurent is what I wanted. He was using round somewhere. I guess it was just to align it without changing the type. What? Negative 2920. There we go. So there were a lot of problems there. Some of them are copy-paste errors. Okay, these were fine. X, X, Y, Y, X, X, Y, Y, X, X, Y, Y. Yep. It's little typo errors. Hey, I can even still pick you up. Now, the 4 tiles is pretty generous. It's actually up, and now you're told. But yeah, that's a pretty generous. I guess it's just, was there a player anywhere that you wanted to try to kill? Now I get, so for baby pickup, that seemed fine. Maybe for feeding, this is client side, and Jason only applied this degree of fuzziness to kill with the latest update. I put it into my we're doing a player command, find the nearest player, or, well, originally I was doing just is the pointer over a player, because like if you had a stack of people you wanted to select. Jason gave us sloppiness on kill, which is definitely something I had some trouble with the other day. And I figured, well, if we're going to say player targeting, maybe we should just select the nearest player if we're doing a player command. I'll have to see how that plays. That might be too sloppy for most things. No. Shoot. Some of that affects a different patch. So what we need to do is do a interactive add. Get add interactive see, so the header file actually is going to be fine. Add game source. What gets me into actual interactive mode? View diff. Actually, wasn't it update? Select a single item. Finish selecting. Nope. Maybe it's patch? No changes. Diff. That just views the diff. Select the numbered item. Wait, so we tried update. We tried diff. We tried patch. Interactive staging. Files. Oh, okay. Revert stage set of changes. Wait, does that revert them, or does it like get revert, or does that just not undo the stuff we're currently doing? So I think I needed to do patch before update. Well, I know that there are ways. Although I'd have to look them up. To undo an add. Yeah, it added everything. Reset file. All right. Try this again. patch first. Okay, so first hunk, we are changing the function itself. Yes, 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 yes. Then this, we want to do in the other patch. We have both. So now we want to stg refresh minus help. Refresh from index instead of work tree. So now we have just this. We are currently on no, STG series. We are on interaction keys, which is just this update to use that. I don't think the drag drop is affected by that because it always does object interactions. Okay. So that takes care of the stuff I wanted to do with that. That we could possibly publish later. The other thing I wanted to do is try and debug and it's a pain to debug. Because the family stuff it's something about distance. Living life, relation distance. Okay, -1, direct descendant. Is a series of IDs. So we could potentially do some test cases here where we fill out some lineages and this is, oh yeah, this is just comparison of vectors. So if we figure out how to fill out some vectors, we could start setting up test cases to, well, I might want to do that also. Oh, okay, so get relation, there's the wrapper that does a bunch of other stuff. Actually, do we use the age? Technically, yes, but not really. Oh, we do it for close enough to be a twin. That's really all we're doing there. We should be able to also call get relation name and compare what our number is to that to see if it is a problem with how I'm calculating things or if my data is getting screwed up somewhere. So this is going to be a good place. So I think this is about where I was just doing the map stuff. Just start up. Well, was it that or become active? Yeah, I don't know what master review did. I'll put map tile. Fill map chunk. This is one of those windows that does not work well in dark mode. I might. GUI, you refreshed. Biome colors. Output map tile. Oh, yep, it's tutorial number. Yep. That's what we were doing. And for simple testing, seemed to work out okay. Okay, so we have to do... I could probably just do one set and clear and reset them. I do need to refresh myself on... How do... Get relation... there, lin... Lineage. How do we work with simple vectors? Lines. Okay, so we have... We're going to need that one. And is this the pushback? Yeah. So we were... I thought I actually saw it turning off for parent, but maybe it's just that we have a bunch of cousins and whatnot that are off. So I guess we set up our test suite for the ones we definitely want to work. So rlin, I guess if you were an Eve, you would have no lineage. So let's say rlin the ID order doesn't actually matter. This should still be empty. Get relation name. Blah, 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 blah. So we have a get relation name of Arlen, their Lin, if we're doing 1, then they're 2. And I really don't care, as long as it's not equal. I want to set this up so we can copy blocks. Distance. So we are trying to set up a mother, which the game is reporting as blah, and we are reporting distance as blah. And then for cleanup, I believe we have to delete name. And arguably, we want to set up for the next test. Oh, you also need display IDs. Delete all. Now, for our purposes now, we can pretty much just quit game here. Oh. I might have to go back and do that later. Wait. Oh, maybe it's looking at display IDs for the gender? Because some of these are son-daughter. Mother... -1. Okay. I may have misunderstood how these things are set up. So let's look at names first. It might be that we have to include ourself in the lineage. Their display, oh, yeah. No, size 0 is an Eve, so it shouldn't include ourself. Where can we return a null from here? R match index. You can do that from both Eve or from not a direct ancestor, descendant, or ancestor. Oh no, Arlen. So our lineage, we actually want to say player 2 is our relation. You know what I can do? Get dash push. Close person ID. Yeah, let's pointer down. Check for person hit. Check for person hit. STG, refresh, patch, interaction, refactoring. Okay, now we actually did get a build off there, which should still be in decent shape. Mother, your mother 0. Okay, cool. Okay. We'll just do this. There appears to be more of those than I thought. So that is the complete set for one test. I don't know how well C handles literal arrays. Let's find out. Well, I know it works for variables. I don't know if it works for function arguments. But it would be awfully convenient if I had a little function for this. So the question is, these are not member functions. So we could attempt test relation Let's just assume person 1 and person 2 are always 2 to keep this simple. So how would we pass? Well, it'd be a pointer essentially. Maybe. And we have to have like a test name. Oh, except these functions might not be pre-declared. Oh. If it's just a pointer, we need to know how long it is, which is one nice thing you get out of the vectors. I don't suppose this has to be a minor gems thing. That simple vector has some sort of assignment operator that we could set these up and then pass them in. Copy constructor, assignment operator, pushback other, get element direct, size, delete element, shrink, swap, delete all, gets the element as an array, set element string, append element string, append elements from an array. So if we can, okay, so is that going to be actually, not actually bad. So we can go ahead and test. I guess for this case, Arlen, was it append element array? Append array. I mean, it's a very simple array. Oh, it doesn't like that. For a numeric constant. Is there a way to pass a literal array? Anonymous array. Older C not allowed. Initializer list. As long as you typecast the literal. And actually, I have the wrong syntax. Anyway. Invalid conversion from int to int pointer. I guess just to drive home that, yeah. Brace enclosed initializer list. Error address taking address of temporary array. Or do I have to? Nope. There's an array of pointers. So the only way we're going to be able to get this as a literal syntax is going to be a case-specific declaring a variable, and then no. Decomposition declaration only available with, or maybe it's supposed to be I don't know if that's going to be really any better than just doing a bunch of push calls. Might still be worth having a test function, but you're going to have to set up the arrays every time. Well, since I'm doing a pointer, I can have the test function clear them out. Or I would still have to declare them, but I could pass arrays to the test function. Although I'd also have to pass sizes then. Yeah. Alright, so let us... So in theory, that's a do... I was trying to do this. We can't do that. Tina, how's it going? Working on your pyramid again, or have you moved on? Okay, that takes care of that, takes care of that. Now it's a pointer. Pyramid was done, cool. No, you're not a pointer. Well, you're a pointer. I can take the address of it. Okay, that is syntactically correct. Close to finish. Ah, okay, cool. Converting a string constant to char pointer. Ah. Excellent, I was just being lazy. Ah, okay. Well, have a good day. Oh, unused variable. Oh, that's here, yeah. Ah, you work evenings. Yeah, I wasn't doing the math on how the time zones worked out there. Thought it could have been like a morning stream or something, but the evenings makes more sense for doing it before. All right, grandmother. Oh, yeah, because we still have the pushes in there. But otherwise, I think that's working. Yeah, so I guess have a good evening. Would have been the better answer there. Test relation, quit. Oh, I should almost make this test like expected name. They could actually do a comparison and call out the bad ones. Well, I really only care about the distance and tagging it. So I guess it would really just be expected distance. Let's see. Expected. Was it a 0 or a 1, actually? That's actually a 0. Cool. So it's not going to ahead with that. Expect int. I'm actually correct about this for some of the other things. No, it's going to be unused variable. If distance not equal to expected distance, gonna be kind of a lazy error right now. Okay, I guess rid of all the errors. We can check that here. I should probably get this set up to auto run. And copy. No, not in copy. And CD build Windows one life 234. And life.exe and CD one life Windows build game source. And we CD'd back, okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot to actually put an argument here. All right, so we expect that to be 0. We expect if we do sun, it's Verlin pushback 1. Well, child. Okay, this happens to be a female character, which isn't surprising for the first one. Then I guess we've got Grand. No, Grand is so if 2 is our, how does this work? Push onto the back. I think it goes immediate relations first. So if there's an intermediate character, and then if there is an intermediate character, I should probably see about turning off some of the loading for this. Although I guess we do need the characters for the gender testing. Because named looks at the display stuff. Okay, grandmother, granddaughter, excellent. We got that correct. Let's see. We've got. Actually, we're going to have to do 3, 3. There, Lynn. Sibling. I think sibling should come out as 1. Big sister. 1. Okay, so now I have to actually be thinking about what some of this stuff is. And actually, the easiest way to do that, or to get some kind of relations, with all the titles in there. Mother. Okay, there's the person. Well, right, because this is operating at the edge of things. Although yeah, I can see a little bit around. So we've got uncles, aunts. Oh, because this is our original character. Can I like refocus? Focus. No, it's still stuck in another character. Character page and rel equals 461011. Oh, I typoed something there. 5. Okay, mother, uncle, aunt, brothers. How big did I make this window? I thought it would truncate that sooner. Okay, so grandsons. Well, these are all direct descendants. There's no actual cousins shown here. Well, maybe if we click around. Well, no. There were no other fertile women here. Well, maybe you. There's a first cousin. So a first cousin is a child of a sibling. So what's that going to be? Ours is going to be a cousin. We were focused on the person. So the two of us have a... So I have a mother, they have a mother. And they also have another intermediate character. I'm not sure what I expect that to be, but I expect it to be more than 1. At least. niece. Well, the number, technically, if it's a sibling, child of sibling would be, I guess IRL, that would be someone you might care about. But in-game, I wouldn't care about them as much as a grandchild, necessarily, as far as things you'd notice. But that was niece and not cousin. Is the in-game and server using different algorithms? Oh no, I went to mother, not... Sibling of my mother is a cousin. Sibling of a mother... Okay, so let's... So the niece, I might want to tweak that. But for now, we just want to qualify that that is, in fact, the errors. So we're trying to do a first cousin. This is a mother's sibling. So they both had the same mother. And then this is a child even farther down. So we both went 3 to 4. This is someone who had... an aunt. Well, I guess let's verify we've identified an aunt first. Because that's the baseline for this. And I actually would expect that to be farther, but we'll have to see how it maths out. Ooh, well, that math says big sister. Now I did sibling. Oh, no, because I did the same. So these actually have to be different. Same grandparent, different parents. First cousin is showing up as a 0. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, I never actually put my test name in here. Okay, same grandparent, different parents. Oh, right, because actually my was there. Huh. So that is a first cousin, and that is showing up as a 0. So that right there is a bug. In my distance. Get relation distance. I don't know if I put enough aunt, uncle, cousin of some kind. Diff determines removed number. A first cousin 0 times removed might be 0 times 0. Actually, since I'm doing this twice, it might be better to do it here because this is actually my math. So a first cousin we would actually expect to be at least 3. Just about the point where I stop drawing anything. Six, 3. Oh, because anything times 0 is 0. I was just using multiplication. So if I change this to addition, it would probably become at least 3. Yeah, because first you would expect it to be 1. Yeah, so anything that had a 0 anywhere in the cousin formula would go in as immediate. So that is that problem. Now I was trying, to get an aunt in here. So an aunt is that actually this? Oh, yeah, that should be roughly equivalent to niece. And then I have to decide if I want those to show up that way. Because really the aunts and uncles aren't that big a deal usually when you're playing. You just have lots of them. Okay, so yes, it's aunt. So in-game, the nieces and aunts aren't a whole lot to you. You could hover over them and see them. I wouldn't necessarily want them to be highlighted. So would that be like a times 2 plus 1? And uncle. So I may have, in the aunt uncle, actually gotten a niece thing. Oh, this might all be in translation files or something. Son, daughter, mother, or maybe I misspelled niece. Nephew, niece. Oh, yep. Yep. How far do we want to throw them out? So I think 2, well, no. 0 is mother dot child. 1 is, so that makes 1 granddaughter, grandchild. Well, actually, so far these weren't broken. So I might just have to see this in game without the cousins badly broken. And with that fixed, we would expect... I forget what other kinds of cousins we were looking at. We don't have a very big tree to work with here. This is currently a very narrow part of the lineage. Maybe go back to a more bountiful time? Well, there's a lot of dead kids. 10 times removed. But you've actually got some family. Well, not as much up. And then we go relative to this. 7, 9, 8, 1. So sister, brother. Oh, well. Did she have any? Yeah, she had no fertile daughters. Okay. Well, some of her family had to. Great nephews. Which I think was something you did with this stuff. So that should just keep on increasing. And that should keep on increasing. That should be fine. Okay, so I think that actually takes care of that stuff. Now, can I get this kind of set aside? For further debugging. Oh, it's actually, because it calls that, actually has to be below it, and it's a typo. Okay, that should be fine. I should probably do a compile check. All the same. This is still... Yeah, okay, so that's still good. Comment this out. SDG series we are on. There. Yeah, I think the cousins were the big problem. It's like, why am I getting cousins? Just kind of made it too noisy to be useful. Now, the other problem I had... which one was it? Draw object, animation bank. Okay, where did I use it then? Set animation relation distance. Okay, if it's a person less than 3, draw the effect. So that was fine for temperature. What do we do if we draw a held person? Held object. What is the held object? Then sliding into place, holding flip. Well, this might not be the right place for it. Writing offset, greater than 0. What if you're holding a person? Writable object. Baby wiggle progress. Oh, wait, is this actually drawing the person? Or the baby? Baby object. Oh, so maybe that's actually handled here. In which case I can set this. Oh, is this definitely baby? Baby, oh, not equal to 0. Okay, it's actually not there. Cool. So actually it's not baby object, or in object, it is baby object. And this I could sort of test a little bit by having 2 babies, and one that is picked up should not appear at mother heart level to the other. And I guess go ahead and running this is still fine. Okay, so this doesn't actually need any of the player targeting stuff, really. Okay, so that ended up being under the A2 account. I'm going to call this Baby1, so I can keep these straight. Well, I guess it's going to end up being about Windows. Okay, so you see a mother. Shush. You see a child, which is actually shown as a child. Actually, that in and of itself is almost a sufficient test. Oh, you're still on birth cooldown. Oops. Also, the animation isn't quite right here. Well, that's inconvenient. Now I have two people who can get born too. It seems like the boars keep wandering off of here and onto my green tiles. There's one. Well, that was supposed to be baby 2. Let's see if you're off cooldown yet. I think it can be up to like 5 minutes, can it? Well, at least the baby will starve quick. Not quite dead yet. Well, quicker. I mean, I guess I could just have 2 families and keep adding characters until we get people in the right place. Alright, well, you're not birthable anymore. But you are still evable. Alright, well, just keep adding players until we get what we want. Which is probably going to be a lot of Eves because of birth cooldowns. Oh no, Eves can usually birth right away. Oh, okay, finally. Okay, yeah. Mother, sibling. You're the Eve. You see 2 children. I don't have... You're that. I guess I must have disconnected my other baby view. Wait, where is... The sibling looks very... No, I guess sibling... Siblings are very close. Although, in the game, you don't really interact with them that much. They could possibly be 1 step removed in size. And I might have to adjust my size scaling formula. Usually, like, mother-child is a bigger thing there. Okay, so we've got our test relations. Sibling is 1, or it's supposed to be 1. I guess I'm not actually shrinking it very much at between 1 and 0. Family hearts. Greater than or equal to 0, less than 3, which is 0, 1, 2. 3 divided by distance plus 1. So that's either going to be 3 0, 1, 2 becomes 1, 2, 3. That should be a visible difference. How do I crank that up? Get relation distance. If it's a sibling. Okay, I guess that was my word. Oh no, it was brother return 1. Return something that's almost guaranteed to be very different. I mean, I could see an identical twin. That did not seem distinct to me. Okay, you're one of the people we want to look at. I don't know if you're still alive. Maybe need to turn hunger down even farther on the server. Okay, unfortunately you are behind a tree, so I have to figure out who the heck you are. You're probably like B1? Okay, yeah, that's very and dead. And wrong family. I don't even remember who's living right now. Well, I did want to actually change this as well. So let's look at 2. Well, I could just force this to a heart size. So actually, yeah, let's look at if it's blah 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 blah. Well, we still have to have a value. Let's compare 0. And it would be nicer to compare them in game, but or to have 2 different things. This might not be enough difference between. Okay, so that's all 0. And you apparently died. So right now we can just go back to, actually this is a different address, but whatever. And draw everybody. So at 1, it didn't look to me like the siblings were any different than the parent. No, that's definitely different. So I got to get enough people on screen. So you find sibling. That would be a more appropriate size. I forgot what you got born as. Might have been an Eve. Oh, interesting. I wonder if it would be interesting to show both Eve as siblings. Alright, we had a bunch of babies. I forget who is living right now. Okay, you are the singular child of that Eve. You are the singular child of that Eve. Okay, you actually look like what we would expect. Were you like B1? The other kid who's, well, he didn't see it in real time, so to speak. See that other kid born. No, now you're fine. I should probably leave that window open. Who was the Eve? Well, I guess it should be any adult. Although maybe it matters. Yeah, I wanted somebody specifically who could. Yeah, so you're still shown. Nope. And you're still fine. And dead. Nope, nope. Wait, no, I was a new... Okay, new Eve with a new child, so I'm unrelated to that now. Because earlier I thought I came in while the baby was being held. As a child of the same person, and it was messed up. But maybe I had my characters wrong. Okay, different family. Or maybe I should leave those up in case we land in one of those. So many graves. Okay, so you see that as a sibling. You see that as a child. You see that as a mother. Maybe I just had my windows confused? You see that as mother and sibling. Okay, that one I don't need right now. So we've just got the 3 members of that family. Well, I don't know what it is. Maybe I was looking at the mother's view and got confused. Because it looked like the sibling had the big heart. Okay, and I'm not entirely thrilled with the visualization, but it's something to show it. So I don't know if that netted us any actual changes. Oh, baby object. That was the bug fix we were working on there. This is Animation Bank. I don't think this has any highlight code. Well, I mean, this is actually... Yeah, this uses draw object. Well, there is some highlight stuff here. But I'd probably have to touch quite a few places if I wanted to do like a highlight character thing. All right. What are my projects? Mapping, and that would be kind of a big thing. We kind of would like, precursors, but that's a big project. Oh, I still need to work out, I think there was actually a bug in the position patch. But I essentially need to have a new patch to test that. Okay, so yeah, that's mostly old code. STG new. So first I just want to do the most basic thing. X path extension scale. And we're on that. So I'll end pause. So I submitted a patch where we extended it out to fake click. But for pathing, so we were doing pointer down, and that's a waypoint, which is in those coordinates. I think waypoint X, end pause is indeed a double pair. So so fake click is also a double pair. All right, I must have copied this from something else that was converting it from an integer coordinate. So I think what we have to do is this. And I could try to test this a little bit before recompiling. Wait, what is this? Make sure they're really holding the mouse down. Time to unpress the mouse. That's a pointer down. So it should be cell D. Let's get back to our basic character. Who may or may not be alive. Oh, I guess I could be born as a baby of somebody else now. I can still... Oh, almost everybody's dead. So what I was observing is that when I was running... Oh, you know what? I was running at highly negative coordinates, though. Don't know if that makes a difference. Actually, I was running towards 0 with highly negative coordinates. I was seeing occasional, like, flip. Oh, and now we're dead. No, I'm close enough. Shush. Yeah, so I'm not actually seeing the effect here. Oop. This means there would have been highly negative coordinate. And I would sometimes kind of see the character flip back. I guess it would be running against the direction. So running back, anytime you're running towards center, the path extension could have been thrown way the heck out. Oh, I thought I saw a little flip there. Yep. Okay, so I'm seeing that. I'm possibly running towards center. So we've got this set up. And even the end pause here was just to throw it way the heck out. It might be... Well, actually, the weird... Because anytime it extends, I'm not sure where I am relative to center anymore, though. Okay, so that's there. Looks like a giant pile of bodies. Yeah, okay, so running to and from center. So it's still, like, kind of setting the run, like, way out. But it's not going to be an actually wrong position. That end pause does apparently get used at least once to set our character flip. Yeah, because I was copying it from here. This is doing time cell D. Reach destination. Well, this is reached destination. Actually, it was like holding flip. This is draw live object. Draw live object. Yeah, so I thought that end pause was only used. Okay, so this is all going to be part of the same if. If distance reached destination, which is the main thing we were checking for. On final path step. Because that end pause really, I don't think should be anything. There was one place down there that checked the distance. And this is in step, which is a giant function. So we do that. This is an else. Something else can reset it. And then we did this one test for distance. Else anim, final path step. And then this is where we're declaring it again. So it doesn't seem straight line continue of road. Like this should be able to cause a problem. And yet it seems like it does. Well, I mean, I guess if the numbers lined up, you could get incorrect results still. But it should be off by a factor of so it really didn't happen during near origin. So it's wrong. I'm just not sure. It's like, if that can cause that can cause your character to flip. True target. Oh, action target tweak. That gets reset at player update. Map move offsets. Pending. Huh. So after we are done moving, oh no, you got used in true target, current pause. Huh. Oh, this is current Well, maybe there's a moment of 0 when you reach the point. Held object not equal to null. No, that's going to be the actual held object. In that case. Map tile flips. There's the facing override from the server. But that's a server message. Huh. Well, we are issuing a new move. There could be an update that comes back. Well, actually, that's probably what's straightening us out. I can't actually figure out how that is causing us trouble. So we think it's when going towards origin. Which, well, oh, actually, yeah, it wouldn't matter. Because the server is faking the coordinates, so it's just a matter of where you're born. Actually, it could be, oh, it could be where I connected is 0, 0 for my client. Oh, nope, I'm still seeing it. There's a little pop. Let's check where my origin is now. I guess I could try to fix that. Okay, I'm not seeing it on a straight line. Now, up and down, it gets a little bit arbitrary which way you face. Yeah, well, I'll just have to keep an eye out. I think the patch is more correct, it's just not complete. So we've got So I've got that, and then I think I'm kind of at a wrapping point. Most things I could do now would be bigger projects. And it's kind of getting towards lunchtime anyway. So that's something I'm going to have to keep working on. Well, I want to play a little bit with this, make sure there's no other side effects, and then that needs to go into a little PR that says, okay, here's the short-term fix. I'm not entirely, well, I guess the real fix would be to, well, maybe you could look at the resulting path and kind of recreate. Well, that might actually be doable. And there's more code than I wanted to do. Speed too great, overshooting next step. So initially, next step is current path step. If we've done pointer down, well, do we have a guarantee that that's enough? We don't have a guarantee of anything. Oh, there's a dir in here. Well, I didn't never. Oh, current move direction. What do you get used for? Oh, just for camera? Unless moving substantially in X. Right, so I was doing stuff with this to watch for flips. And sometimes I would see long sequences of flips when I was testing before. But that seems not long sequences of flips. Although I think I may have lost some of that code. Updating the changes. Oh, because there's threshold difference. I sort of looked at that. Current grid speed times frame rate factor. Double back in the path. Well, this is trying to fix it. This is early on. And we did path extend, which moves everything around. That generally wasn't a flip. So it's like a lot of stuff could have gotten out of sync there. That was generally after all that calculation. Oh. Well, it uses this here, but it doesn't use the end pause we changed. Yeah, so that's what's confusing me. We don't use the variable we changed, but changing it does make a difference. Maybe it messes up. Could it like mess up our speed or something? Okay, 17.6. This is an else, so it can't get processed here. We can reach destination. That is, I think, the same thing. We can on final path step if certain conditions are met, and then we loop. Current, 1.5 from distance to object's current pos to start pos is greater than, from current pos to start pos, is greater than current pos to end pos. So we moved end pos a lot. Without changing start pos. If our current position is current position to start position, 150% of that is greater than our current position to our end position. And we're on final path step. And start pos and end pos are normally single tiles. Or it's normally like one tile to a adjacent tile. But we moved end pos way the heck out. So it would not trigger that, or, well, because we extended the path. And it's either path link or current path step. This is check for pointer hit. Equals false, because we're doing a move. So that's only used for pointer hit. Which shouldn't be affecting us at all. Yeah, I might just have to post the quick fix, and maybe Jason understands the code better to come up with our correct solution. Because I was just trying to fix this. We were close, so we extended the path, but now we don't want to call reach destination early. Auto walk on road. I'll continue movement right away. Yeah, I guess I kind of wish that this was done outside of this pathing loop, so we weren't updating things in the middle of it. So nearing the end, Jason added this path length greater than 2. It's caused me a little bit of frustration now in maintaining my auto runs. which actually should pretty much remove this entire close case. Well, that's less than 4, so it could still happen. If you were just... Oh, maybe it has to do with the distance. If you're just in that close auto run range. We do set a waypoint. Which is at world mouse, not at fake click. World current. Mouse vector. Which is based on world current? It throws it out there with the waypoint through the pointer. Wait, it sets the waypoint but says don't use it? Maybe blocked. What's up with that? I don't know if this is having any effect at all. Specifically the close version. Whoa. That was a little disagreement. Oh, that was also a disagreement. Oh. This points to why that was off. What the heck is happening here? Oh, max waypoint maybe has something to do with this. Path through waypoint, use waypoint as dest instead. Huh. So this is setting a condition where it can use that. World mouse. Last screen mouse, world mouse. Why would we take such a circuitous route if we use the waypoint? Pathfind the waypoint. Use waypoint as dest instead. What the heck was going on there? No, this seems fine. Yep, caught myself. Or did I take that code back out? Huh. I definitely... Oh. What? It's like you're lost, person. Maybe the use waypoint thing is not getting properly reset. I mean, I guess this is code we just don't mess with, even though it's weird. So I don't need to do as much of that. I'll test that a little bit more. I need to submit it because something seems to be off here. I just still don't completely... I guess this is setting if the path length is too long, then you would use this as the waypoint. So the fake click is the one that is thrown out, and then we're using pointer as the waypoint. But yeah, it's time to wrap up. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Tina for bringing some friends. Tana, I think. And everybody else hosted me. Okay, none of that. This is about what I tend to stream, so this is looking pretty typical for a Monday. Well, all right, we're doing a little bit of C++. Looks like Tejinta is working on some button for his GUI stuff. Well, I know he's been doing a GUI toolkit. I don't know if that's part of his audio mixer project. He was the person who redid the OBS audio scales and peak graphs and whatnot. So if you're looking for someplace cool to hang out, that's someplace cool to hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Goodbye, and until next time.